Greetings, friend. How are you doing today? I have a couple of questions for you. First question. Have you ever had a time when you feel that you're losing what it is that you would love? Perhaps you've been putting a lot of effort into not turning the way that you would like it to be. Or perhaps it's somewhere where you have long history of not successful in certain thing. Maybe you've been wanting to have the love of your life and it's been 20 something years that you tried and it things just not working out. Every time things looking better, like as if there is a potential great relationship, it turned upside down. It doesn't work out, even the most recent one. Or perhaps a combinations of both. You have long history, and then when finally things looking great, it's look like you're gonna lose it anyway at the end. Or perhaps you know somebody who's experiencing this. And if this ever happened with you, or is happening with you or somebody you know, how would you feel? How would you feel? It's normal, it's very normal to want to feel discouraged. It's very normal when things looking like everything around you going south that you want to just give up. It's absolutely very normal. And at the same time, if you happen to watch the Super Bowl, which is the American football game that happened once a year here in the United States, it was a very interesting game. It was a very interesting game, and it shows that it's absolutely possible to win even when everything going against you at some point. It was a very interesting game. In case you didn't watch it, toward the very final minutes, the win that end up the team that end up winning, the Rams, they were losing. They were the score was pretty close, but they were losing. And if you watch closely, you could see that the the audience, some of the fans was already packing up. And not only that, some of their team member were already actually like giving up. They're like, oh man, everything, something happened. Like, oh no, 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 and not the most not the most encouraging gesture at all. Quite discouraging gesture from a lot of them. And also, if you watch closely, not just watching the game, but the personnel, actually, the players, you could see that some of the players actually toward the end, the way they move told they already lost before they even before the loss was already was officiated. They already move. You could see if you watch their body language very closely in a little bit of a psychoanalysis manner. You could see that they already take the defeat before the defeat even happened. And yet, thankfully, with some of the key player, the Rams win the game. And so they interviewed this key player, and like, what is it that's going on in your mind and whatever, and you were losing, so what did you feel? How's that? And the answer was magnificent, and it's my tip piece of mind tip for you this week. If you ever have things, and perhaps it is not doesn't even have to be the magnitude of a Super Bowl of your life, right? It could be the magnitude of Super Bowl of your life, but perhaps it is not. And at the same time, how we do anything is how we do everything. It could just be a little play ball of your life, but at the same time, if we do how we do anything is how we do everything. And his answer, the person who the key player, when he was asked, you already you guys losing, so what's in your mind? He said, well, you got to focus on what you want. You got to focus on what you want, not worrying about everybody else is saying whatever else is, not worrying that some of his team member could visibly, if you watch closely, start to drag. And the people, the one on the belt, on the sideline was starting to have very discouraging gestures. You got to focus on what you want, and if you, even if you have 1 minute, it was in the last final minutes, even if you still have 1 minute, if you still have the opportunity, you still go for it. Focus on what you want and just do the very best you can, moment to moment. He didn't get distracted. He didn't like look at the fan and say, "Oh my God, that fan's doing that. Oh my God, my team member over there is doing this." No, he's like laser focus, has his energy even more. You could see that some at the end, toward the very end, you could see some already defeated before they were even declared, that before the defeat was even declared, while some, including this player, they're gonna push harder. You push, they're like, got to do this, got, yeah, that kind of thing. And so, which one are you gonna be? Which one are you going to be, and do the very best we can. He couldn't, there is no way you can focus all the best and be as positive as you possibly can if you do not take the right action. In this particular case, a very right, the right trained, skillful actions, allowing guidance along the way, playing it with the teammate, and also training and guidance that's appropriate for it. You're not going to be able to do that. For anybody to be at this level of playing field, it takes years and abundance of training, of discipline, and of coaching. And that's also, he says, you just focus, you discipline, you keep going for it, keep going for your goal, and allowing support from your team member. You can see, as you watch this thing, from time to time they huddle and they re-strategize, have their coach help them figure things out, and so forth. And so what are you going to do if you are facing a defeat? Are you going to declare defeat before defeat was even declared for you? Are you going to say, well, okay, I'm just going to get back on the field out of formality, which is, you can see some of the players actually do that? And, or are you going to be like this one? What's your goal? What is it that you love? What is that you'd really, really love? Because sometimes all it takes is one touchdown. All it takes a turn in time. And even if, yeah, at some point you feel, and this happened, this is not in just the Super Bowl, it happened in many different events, in many different sports, in many times in life. And so my peace of mind tip for you and invitations for you is, if you're facing a tough time, if you're feeling that you're losing, just to remember the Super Bowl. Just to focus, just to say, am I really still in the game? Ask yourself, are you still truly in the game, or are you starting to let result to influence what it is that you are doing, that you are allowing yourself to be defeated before defeat was even declared? Are you still focused? Are you still doing the very best, taking the smartest action, with support, with guidance from coaches, from other people who are highly experienced as well? And knowing that sometimes you never know life, you might just have that one opportunity to turn things around to the result that you want. And so please share in the comment below your experience, if you ever have such a time where in your life where you feel that you're losing, and what did you do? And perhaps if you are having some challenging time right now, you feel that you're losing, just remember, nobody become of an Olympic athlete or a Super Bowl athlete or anything doing it on their own. Nobody's do that. Everybody has support from people who are experienced, but also support from coaches. And so if you have people who know how to do the things, and so if you are facing challenging time, well, welcome to connect with me. and just put it in the comment that you want to connect or message me directly, and I will be more than happy to share with you some strategies, some laser coaching. Sometimes all it takes is a perspective, seeing things from different way. And so feel welcome to connect with me anytime that you would want. If you feel that it's been 20 years, it's been 12 years, it's been that many years, or maybe that many months, or you feel that you're losing, the game's going the opposite directions you want to. But remember, you're not losing until you said you lost. You're not losing until you said you lost. And so before you said you lost, reach out, connect with me or connect with a coach, so you too will be able to win your game with with just one turn of time. And this is Birgit with Joyful Riches Beyond Grief International Childhood Cancer Charity. I love you very, very much. I see that you're winning the game that you would love to win in life, and doing that with more ease and more fun and and faster as you allow support in your life, as you allow support and coaching as appropriate to, because none of us build an empire or even a house on our own. And so reach out if you needing if you are if you would love to create an even better result in your life. And as you do that, you create a wonderful thriving life one day at a time, and a magnificent beautiful thriving life as a whole. And I love you very, very much, and I look forward to see you again very